everyone. Recently, we passed some pretty important landmarks in our pregnancy. First, we are past the point of viability, which means that more than likely, if the baby were born now, it would survive. So that's really exciting. The second thing is we have actually already paid off the birth process. There have been a lot of headlines lately about how expensive a birth can be in the United States, and we've been really lucky in that aspect. And being here in the Triangle. We found a great group of midwives in Durham, and insurance covers most of the process, but we've been able to make pretty small monthly payments to make up for the difference in the meantime. And so that's paid off, and we're good to go, and as long as everything goes okay with the birth, it's paid for, which is a huge burden lifted off of our shoulders. It's very comforting to know that that's been done. Instead of going to our normal monthly checkups, we opted to do something that the midwife group calls centering. And this is where we get together with our midwife and a group of other parents who are due around the same time we are. Overall, it's a really cool experience. You get to hear kind of the tips and tricks that everyone else has gathered during their pregnancy and all the questions that they have. So maybe they'll think of something you didn't think to ask. And they do a lot of cool stuff. They had a yoga instructor come in. They taught us how to put rice in a sock so we can heat it up and use it as a heating pad, and all kinds of neat tips and tricks like that. This is one of those bizarre things. This is the rice sock. So yeah, you just filled it up with rice. Woo! And then when you want to use it, you pop that bad boy in the microwave like so. And you turn it on for about 1:30. So at this past session, while all of the moms were weighing in and taking their blood pressure, they passed out balloons and ping pong balls to the dad. So I have a very appropriate happy face balloon and a Pabst Blue Ribbon ping pong ball, because parenting clearly needs a little more dose of Pabst Blue Ribbon. So what they had us do, first of all, was put the ping pong ball in the balloon. So we had to stretch it out. Difficult enough as it was. This is hard to do for the camera, by the way. I don't have the right angle. Let me turn. Yeah, this is awkward. You can't really do this up here. Okay, so there we go. Getting it stretched out and getting the ping pong ball in there. All right, perfect. So now we have a ping pong ball in a balloon. Step 2, blow it up. The bigger it is, the harder it is. So I'm going to go about right there. I don't want to make it too hard. And what you have to do is settle the ping pong in the bottom so that when you hold it, the air doesn't come out. And then you simulate birth by squeezing the top of the balloon and trying to get the ping pong ball out. Woo, looks like fun, doesn't it? So even though overall the process is really awesome, there are two kind of quirks that stand out. We are about 2 weeks behind most of the other parents in the group. So when we'd show up, we'd hear them complaining about certain aches and pains and problems that they've been having. And we thought, oh, we're so lucky not to have that. And then about 2 weeks later, we realized we just hadn't gotten there yet. Oh, you're having joint pain? Not me! Just wait 2 weeks. The good thing to take even from that, though, is that we've learned to pay close attention to the problems everyone else is having and then stock up on whatever we need to prevent them. So if they recommend full body pillows, we have 2 full weeks to go out and get those and get prepared so that we can take care of these problems before they happen. My only other quirk that I can say about centering is that it is very mom-focused. Now, on one level, I get that, right? It is the mom that's physically going through the pregnancy and has to deliver. But there's a decent number of dads that show up, and sometimes I wish they would reach out to us dads a little bit more. But, you know, I do learn very valuable things. So, for instance, this week I learned all about breastfeeding. So I learned that there's 2 main positions you can hold your child in, as represented here by this dog. The first, of course, is the front method, which I think just about everybody was already used to. The other one was one that I didn't know of. You can bring your child over here and breastfeed in this manner. So the things you learn at centering. The other big thing that's been going on in our neck of the woods are the Moral Monday protests that have been taking place at the Legislative Building each Monday. I'm not going to get into all of the details about what's been going on. I don't think this is the best place for that. I've written about it in other places if you're interested. But I did just want to mention that I have attended some of the protests, and I wanted to share a little of that footage here.